Buddy, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched the new One Piece film, Stampede. And this is a lot of fun, and I do want to talk about a couple of other things that I attended the last couple of days. But I'll start here with One Piece Stampede. I don't I have been collecting the manga with the intent of reading all of it eventually, but I've still only read the first couple of volumes. I have not watched the show, but I have seen at least One Piece Gold, that movie, and I really like that these movies are pretty much standalone stories. So they're completely contained. The story is completely contained in the film. And there may be tie-ins to other stuff, of course, with like recurring characters and things like that, but it's not important. At least as far as I could tell, it's not important to have watched all of the anime to be able to follow what's going on. So here is the overview from the Google page, not from IMDb. Although I could go to that. I don't know where this synopsis comes from then. But it's what shows on the Google results page, so I'm not sure. But anyway, it might just be from IMDb. But the world's boldest buccaneers set sail for the Great Pirate Festival, where the Straw Hats join a mad dash race to find Gold D. Rogers' treasure. There's just one little problem. An old member of Roger's crew has a sinister score to settle. All bets are off when the most iconic pirates of One Piece history band together for a swashbuckling showdown, the likes of which have never been seen. So I'm sure if I was familiar with all the characters, I would be more stunned by all of the characters getting along to work together to fight, to work towards a common goal. But it was still a lot of fun. I really like the animation. Is a great mix of traditional animation and 3D stuff. And it was great. It was a great experience on the big screen. I did see it subtitled. I would like to see it someday dubbed, but I'm not sure if it's playing. Excuse me. I'm not sure if it's there's any more showtimes for it in the dubbed version. Plus, it's snowing. It wasn't snowing very bad so far, but it's going to get a lot worse later tonight. I'm recording this on the 27th of October. So yeah, it wasn't too bad when I was out there, but now I'm all set to be bundled inside for the next however long, until Tuesday. I think that's the next time I'll leave. I'll enter the outside world, or exit the inside world. I don't know. Either way, so I recommend checking out this movie, especially if you're a One Piece fan. I mean, I don't know if it's disappointing for One Piece. Like all of the other people, not all of the other, but a lot of people seem to enjoy it. They're laughing at stuff. Most of the stuff was just funny to begin with, but there's some stuff that you could tell was funny because they're familiar with those characters. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that, okay. I guess that's a recurring joke or something like that. But yeah, that's enough about this movie that I'm not entirely prepared to talk about, but I did just watch it and I did enjoy it. So I recommend it, at least to on some level. When it comes out on home video, definitely worth checking out if you dig One Piece stuff. And if you're listening to that, you might have to wait anyway because it's only in theaters for like a week. I think from the 26th through the 31st is what the little poster says. The little poster thumbnail that I see on this results page. In select theaters, sub and dub, October 24th through 31st. So check your local listings. Okay. Last night I went to two events that were both very fun. And let's see. Oh, I have Wi-Fi and stuff on. I'm going to turn that off now so that hopefully the rest of this episode, if there was like interference, crackling and stuff, Hopefully the rest of this episode is okay. So I went to Doug Loves Scary Movies, but it ended up being more so Doug loves sports movies. Or Doug doesn't love sports movies, but the rest of his guests do. But I recommend checking out that episode. I don't know if it's already out, but it is the episode from October 26th in Denver, Colorado. Doug loves scary movies. And I had a lot of fun. It was a really great show. Two of his guests were the Sklar Brothers, Randy and Jason, who are also in town to do their for stand-up shows. So I was kind of expecting them to be the guests on there, since they had two more shows later that night in the same venue, Comedy Works downtown. And I wish I could have gone. I mean, I still could go to see them tonight on Sunday, but it is... Why did the time disappear right as I looked at it? I don't like it when that happens. The time on my phone has been like disappearing from the top of the screen for one reason or another. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, I think there was an update this week. Is that part of the update to not show the time? Why would that be? It's so weird. Anyway, I think I had seen Sklar Brothers earlier this year or last year, somewhat recently. So I'm not too bummed out that I couldn't go see them. I could not go see them last night because I was planning to go to Lucha Libre and Laughs, the October 26th show, and that was a lot of fun. Got to see Shotzi Blackheart challenge the Lucha Libre and Laughs champion Anaya in the main event, and this is definitely the last time that she'll appear on Lucha Libre and Laughs. I don't know if she has some other dates before she heads to NXT, but it was great to finally be able to see her in a live match before she heads over to the Performance Center and all that. So that was really cool, and I met her afterwards, got a picture, got a shirt, her last shirt that she had with her. It's a little bit small, but I think that's encouragement to get in better shape, probably. And I got a picture with her and a picture with Anaya afterwards, and they're both super awesome. And go keep an eye out for her in NXT. I don't know if she'll end up on TV right away or anything, but that's super super exciting for her. And it was a great show. I would say last month's show I enjoyed it a little bit more as far as the quality of the comedy and the wrestling overall, but it was still really fun. I still enjoyed it. So the next show is the eve of Thanksgiving, and I think I'm going to go that same night is AEW Dynamite in Chicago, but I think I just want to come back home from Chicago because I'll be in Chicago for Survivor Series weekend. But to stay until Wednesday, that adds 2 more nights of being there, and then I'd be driving home all day on the day of Thanksgiving. So that part of that doesn't seem like a good plan. So hopefully I can sell that ticket. If anybody out there is interested in a single ticket to AEW Dynamite on the eve of Thanksgiving, let me know. So instead of that, I'm currently thinking that I will go to the Thanksgiving show. Yes. Yeah. All right. So both of those are great. If you're in Denver, or if you're planning to come to Denver, check out Lucha Libre and Laughs and see if they are having a show while you're here. And if they are, go check it out because it's great. And then what was the other thing that I wanted to talk about? Oh, right, the thing that's sitting right in front of me. And the third thing that I did yesterday was go back to the comic book shop because they had their big Halloween celebration. And my hand is making all the noises with because I'm holding the microphone for this one because I'm sitting on the floor. But and this is the reason I'm sitting on the floor, to talk about all the comics I picked up in this big sale. So I got a bunch of trade paperbacks. The first one, most of them are like the DC Zoom label, or just, they're all the DC Zoom label. But this first one is just a smaller format, but it's a regular DC label. It's Superman Smashes the Klan, number 1 of 3. And I thought this looked very interesting. I hadn't heard of it before. It does have more of an anime, like that kind of style, or even like a Disney sort of style, than the main books. But this seemed really interesting. From the back of the book, it says, the year is 1946, and the Lee family has just moved from Chinatown to the center of Metropolis. While Dr. Lee is looking forward to his new job, his 2 kids, Roberta and Tommy, are more excited about being close to the famous hero Superman. I'm not going to read the entire backs of all of these books, but I did want to read the whole one of this one. Tommy adjusts quickly to the new neighborhood, while Roberta feels awkward and out of place. Then one night, the family wakens to find a burning cross on their lawn, their house surrounded by the Clan of the Fiery Cross. Inspector Henderson of the Metropolis Police is on the case, along with the Daily Planet's 2 top reporters, Lois Lane and Clark Kent. But when Tommy disappears, Superman leaps into action with help from Roberta. Inspired by the 1940s Superman radio serial, Clan of the Fiery Cross, New York Times best-selling author Gene Luen Yang, American-born Chinese, Boxers and Saints, The Terrifics, and New Superman, brings us his personal retelling of the adventures of the Lee family as they team up with Superman to smash the Klan. So yeah, that's awesome. I've really liked. I haven't finished reading it. It is complete at this point, I think. But all the new Superman books, I have liked what I've read so far. It's pretty cool. So there you go. Go check that out. I don't know when this came out. It must have been like really recently, because this was yesterday was the first time I had seen it. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for number 2 and 3. Then I got The Secret Spiral of Swamp Kid. I talked about this in the last comic book episode, and I got my hands on a copy, so I'm excited to read it and see what it's all about. It's kind of like a Diary of the Wimpy Kid style of thing. So this will be after I read it, I'm going to set it aside to give to my nephew, who I think is 9 years old. He's 9 years old now, I think. And then similarly, I got a whole bunch of DC Superhero Girls books. And now that I think of it, I might have gotten at least one of these for my niece already. But I don't think she can read up to this level yet, or quite to this level yet. But I think it's a good... Comics are always a good... Oh, where are those pages all messed up? Come on. I did that. I'm pretty sure I did that. But anyway, DC Superhero Girls at Metropolis High is one of them. I don't know what order these are in. This might be in like reverse order or something. But DC Superhero Girls Spaced Out. And then the box set of 4 books. Another DC Superhero Girls. We have Pastimes at Superhero High, Summer Olympus, Hits and Myths, and Finals Crisis. Those are all great titles. Doing these books like that, I think I would have the most fun just coming up with the titles for them. Just nice superhero related puns. And then there's a huge deal on getting back issues and and all of that. So I picked up a bunch of Wonder Woman. So this is the current run of Wonder. I think it's volume 4 we're in right now. But number 58 through 68, which fills in um, a gap of the issues that I have, because 56 and 57 are the tie-in with Justice League Dark. So I had those two issues, and I thought about going back further than that, but I figured just these 11 issues is fine. Unfortunately, it's all just the A variant covers, so it doesn't match everything I've gotten of Wonder Woman, starting with issue number 69, but it's still good to go. I haven't started reading from that issue or anything, so I can start reading from here because it comes out of it. It pretty much restarts, or like it's a whole like new storyline and everything starting in 58, from what I understand. Because the cover of number 58, it says a new war begins and an old foe returns, and it has her lifting up a couple of soldier looking guys and bonking their heads together. Their helmets, I imagine, going clink. And then we have Catwoman Volume 2. I picked up some more from here. Number 2, number 3, number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, and 20. So yeah, I don't know the stories in any of these really. I feel like I have number 3 already. I've seen this cover so many times. It's her like in the jungle and kicking a dude in the face. Great cover with her claws out. She has foot claws. I didn't know she had foot claws. I feel like that's something I should have known. That she had claws on her feet? That's the only cover that shows her with claws out of her toes. I don't know. Maybe it was a special occasion that she had those in there. Then Catwoman Volume 4, which was the excuse me, the new 52 run, even though this series goes far beyond 52. I think it went to issue 94 or something like that. But anyway, I got annual number 1 and 2, and then 7, 8, 10, 15, 21. These are lottery numbers for this week. 24, 27, 28, 32, 36, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 50. So that fills in quite a bit of my collection of Volume 4 there. I still am missing, I think it's issue number 38 from Volume 2, or sorry, from Volume 3. I've been trying to keep an eye out for it, but once I do have that, then I will have all of that volume, which I think there's 73 total issues in that run. So Catwoman Volume 4, I think, is less than that. No, Volume 4 is more than that. Volume 3 is less than that, maybe. So eventually I'll have all of the main Catwoman series, and all of the Batgirl series too, because I have all the trade paperbacks so far, I think. But anyway, yeah, I'm excited to get these sorted into the collection and eventually read them. But the priority right now, and last of all, but certainly not least of all, it is the thing that I forgot, but it was sitting like over to the side, kind of behind me. Undiscovered Country, issue number 1. This officially comes out next week, but this special cover for Hall of Justice with a cover by excuse me, with a cover by Jorge Corona, specially commissioned for Hall of Justice Comics here in Parker, Colorado. Well, I'm not in Parker, but like it's down the road. So he was there at this Halloween celebration, signing covers of this and covers of his other books. He is the artist for Middle West, which is awesome. And yeah, it was nice to chat with him for just a second. Told him that I thought Middle West is awesome, and that I'm not quite caught up on it, but that I do have every issue so far. So yeah, go read Middle West, and also check out Undiscovered Country. Go on the Hall of Justice's website. I think they will go on their website or their Facebook and see if there are any copies of this special edition left. It is a bit more expensive than just the regular one, but it's a super awesome cover, and in my opinion is totally worth it. I haven't read it yet. I'm looking forward to reading it. So I'll talk, if I remember, I'll talk about it in the next comic book episode to let you know what I think. So that is it. Let me know what you thought about One Piece Stampede if you've had a chance to watch it, or that episode of Doug Loves Movies that I assume is probably out by now. And all this other stuff, all these comics. Which of these comics have you read, and which one is your favorite? Is there a standout issue of Catwoman? Don't tell me what happens in it, but let me know which issue number. Like, oh, issue number 58 is amazing. And I'll keep that in the back of my head, maybe, by the time I get to it. And then once I do read it, I'll be like, what are you talking about? That wasn't very, very good. But anyway, let me know what you thought about all this stuff by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe out there in all of the infinite multiverses, and I'll see you next time, which will be for this week's episode of The Walking Dead here on TIW Podcast. Bye!